Hello and welcome back to Concert Critiques and Cars with Emily. Per my uncle's suggestion, I am trying it horizontal this time instead of vertical, so yay. Anyway, today's show was Modest Mouse with Mass Gothic opening at the Anthem. So getting there was actually pretty easy. I think I've found my official parking garage that I will probably forever use. It is on Spot Hero and it's $7.95, which is a random price, but I'll take it. And it's a half mile away from the venue, so there is some walking, and it's on the opposite side of 395, so you do have to walk over 395 on a crosswalk, but it's worth it. I don't like to wait in a parking garage, and I'd rather not have to pay $40 to park, so, and I like walking, so yeah, I'm totally cool with that. Plus, on my way back from this particular concert, this guy was talking to me the whole way. We were talking about concerts and this concert in particular, so it was really kind of a nice walk. Anyway, so yeah, it was actually super easy. There was no traffic. I was really shocked. It said it was going to take me like a half hour, and it actually took me a half hour. So yeah, I'm actually starting to enjoy the Anthem as a venue because of this parking garage and the ease of getting on and off of 395 from it. So definitely check out Spot Hero if you haven't already. Not that Spot Hero is paying me at all, which would be awesome if they did, but they're not. Alright, so let's get into the show. So, Mass Gothic. It was a rough one, but for many reasons that I think are fair reasons, and if you are a diehard Mass Gothic fan, please don't take this as like me totally hating them, because I don't. I just think that they have a lot of room to improve. So, it's a band of 4 people, 2 women and 2 men, and they have 3 singers. So they have 2 female vocalists and a male vocalist. And it just seemed like, for the most part, all 4 of the artists, even the drummer, were just kind of in a separate room, just like playing whatever they wanted to play, and then they just put all 4 of their sounds together. It was very like all over the place, and a lot of, it seems like random jam sessions in the middle of a song. So they'd be singing, and I was like, all right, like I can get into the song, and then all of a sudden they would like just kind of go like totally in a different direction, and I would be very confused, and they would come back, and it wasn't quite the same song as it was before, and then they would slowly get back to the original. But also I feel like just in general they just were underdeveloped as a vocalist band with 3 vocalists. There was absolutely no like harmonization, no singing at the same time, no playing off of each other. It was one person was singing while everyone else was playing, one person was singing while everyone else was playing, one person was singing while everyone else was playing. So even when all 3 of them sang in the same song, they never sang at the same time. And one girl was literally just the like ooer and ah, and it was like very high pitched sometimes and very like long held notes, and it was just very not great. Definitely not. There were songs that I really just did not enjoy. There were a couple that I liked, and of course, again, I personally don't love female vocalists, so that definitely played a little bit of a role, but really it was just like the underdevelopment. It was just so disappointing. It was like, you have 3 singers on stage, use that to your advantage. And again, like just it almost was like they were like a garage band that had just discovered instruments for the first time. During one song, the drummer and the bassist were like literally just like, it looked like they were just strumming and beating the drum, like with just one motion, with no like thought to what they were doing. Yeah, it was really kind of just a disappointing set. I had listened to them before, and I knew I wasn't gonna love them, but I was kind of hoping that seeing them live would have changed a little bit of something. But yeah, they were not the greatest random opener for me, at least. But again, by all means, if you want to check them out, definitely worth at least a listen. A couple other songs I did actually enjoy most of it, and then when they went like in that random direction, I wasn't a huge fan of it again. But again, maybe worth a check out. Alright, so then we get to Modest Mouse. Oh boy. So this is the 5th time I've seen them, and I love them to death. But, this is definitely a little bit of a critique here. I, again, love Modest Mouse. I really do enjoy listening to all their stuff, and I think that they're a really fun band. And I mean, they have like a massive band. It's like 7 or 8 people on stage, and they have all these different instruments: banjo, trumpet, trombone, like all these great aspects to their show. So definitely entertaining in that sense. And their late show was pretty good. It was pretty basic, so it wasn't anything like super crazy. They didn't have a screen with like pictures on the background or anything. It was just like the classic stage lights in different colors and stuff like that. So there were a couple songs where it definitely enhanced the experience. So I was in the balcony, which, if you've never been to the Anthem before, is seated. And I've been to one show where I was in the balcony, and during the openers, no one stood up, but then when the headliner came on, everyone in the section stood up and started dancing, and it was awesome. This was so bizarre. So the Modest Mouse comes out, and don't get me wrong, I a little bit blame Modest Mouse a little bit. They came out with a very slow song, which is hard to like get into. Great song, don't get me wrong, recognized it, listened to it often, really enjoyed it, but maybe not for your first song, especially when the balcony is just chilling and sitting down when you come out and start playing a song. So then the second song was Cities Made of Ashes, and Tiny Cities Made of Ashes, and I love that song and was really upset because I felt like I couldn't stand up because nobody was standing up. And also, I mean, a little bit also, the people like 2 rows behind us were like arguing with each other about which song was being played, the first song, and everyone around was like, shut up, shut the F up, and I was like, whoa, this is like getting really crazy. So that was another reason I didn't stand for Tiny Cities Made of Ashes, because I was like nervous that people were going to yell at me for standing. So then the third song came on, and I again didn't stand up, and I should have, but I didn't. So I was a little bit disappointed, not as disappointed, because I didn't love the third song like I loved Cities Made of Ashes. So yeah, then finally I just gave in. Dashboard came on, and I was like, I'm totally standing up from now until the end of the show, and that's exactly what I did. So I stood up and if people had something to say about it, no one said anything. I had an awesome time after that, and even the songs I didn't know, they played 2 songs I really had never heard before and did not know, which is kind of a huge deal because I know a lot of Modest Mouse songs, but yeah, so they definitely played 2 songs, and I'm thinking possibly one of them was a newer song, because after the show, when I looked at the set list, it said that the person didn't know what it was. So it's possible that they played some new stuff, which is awesome. Both the songs I didn't know were pretty good. The one song was okay. The other song I really enjoyed, which was the song that I think might have been the new song. So I'm really excited. Hopefully that will mean that good things are coming. And then there were probably like 5 songs that I didn't really know. I recognized and I had heard before, but I didn't really know them that well. And they were okay. A couple of them were slower songs, so again, it wasn't super fun to not know a slow song and then to be slow. But whereas the faster songs that I didn't really know that I'd heard before, at least I could kind of jam out to because I had heard it before and I knew the melody or the beat a little bit. And then I would say there were probably like 6 or 7 songs that I knew well but didn't necessarily want to hear because I would have rather heard other things. Again, love those songs, really fun live. I've heard them live before from them, so maybe that was why I'm ready for something I haven't heard before that I really want to hear. And then of course they played like 5 or 6 songs that I was like super into. They played Bukowski, which is my top 3 Modest Mouse songs, which was fantastic. They played Float On, which again, it's funny because a lot of people know that they don't play that song very often, and apparently they played it last night, so the fact that they played it again for us is a pretty big deal. Also, I found out based on the lead singers chatting with us that apparently he moved to DC when he was 16 years old from Washington State. So I guess they were like really like going all out because their encore was like 6 songs long. So it was pretty awesome. And I'm pretty sure they would have played a second encore had people not started leaving. But yeah, it was a really great show. So they played extra songs for us. They definitely played some really good ones, and it was really exciting. But again, it's a really late show, right? They started at like 9:35-ish, and they didn't get off until like 11:20 something. So like, I mean, they could have gone on a little bit earlier, and the opening band played for 45 minutes, which, you know, for a band that is definitely unique in certain ways, and maybe not everyone is going to be like super passionate about or enjoy, you know, that makes it rough too, to play for 45 minutes and then have a almost half hour, more than half hour set change, and then play until 11:20. It's a long show, so that definitely is going to impact my score on this one. But yeah. Oh, another thing, the lead singer of Modest Mouse totally has a lisp, and I can't believe I haven't noticed that before. Have they just never talked before? Or I don't know, maybe I was like busy thinking about how awesome the songs were. I'm not really sure how I didn't notice that before, but he definitely has a lisp when he talks on the S's, which is super cute. He's like so great. But anyway, also his banter was like awkwardly trying to be funny, but sometimes you were like, wait, what? But it was pretty entertaining. He talked about how he wanted to like be in an embassy and it had to have 2 bathrooms and a facade. And he was like, well, it has to have more than just 2 bathrooms. It has to have like, you know, a couple other rooms too. So it was like cute that he was trying to be funny. Definitely not that funny, but I mean, he's a singer, not a comedian, so not going to take off any points for that. But I think my overall score for this show, I wish it was higher because I wish they had played certain songs I'm dying to hear. Ocean Breeze Salty, Spitting Venom. Literally anything from the Moon and Antarctica, which was a little disappointing that they only played the 1 song from there. And I would love to hear like pretty much the whole album one day. And I'm understanding that that may not be super realistic, but who knows? They just need to go on anniversary tours for the Moon and Antarctica, and good news for people who love bad news, because I would buy 20 tickets to that in a heartbeat. Anyway, my overall score for tonight's show, again, unfortunately, I wish it was higher, but I think I'm going to have to give it an 8.0. The lateness of the show, the fact that the opener was not great, and just the fact that I've seen a lot of the songs before, and they played a lot of the same ones, and I was kind of hoping they would play something different, and they didn't really play anything super new. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to give it a solid 8.0. But hopefully they'll come back soon, and hopefully they'll play stuff that's new, or at least stuff that's old that hasn't been played before. But I don't know. So we'll see. But anyway, it was an awesome show, and I'm super pumped about my parking garage for the Anthem now. So hopefully, you know, the more shows that are there, I'll continue to enjoy this parking garage, and parking and getting there will be easy, because that definitely makes a difference. Also, getting home is super easy when you can just hop right on 395. So yeah, overall, it was a really good show. Definitely go see Modest Mouse if you can. They're really great, but also don't get your hopes up if you're really looking to see Float On and they don't play it, because again, I've heard that they really don't play it often. But for some reason, DC happens to be really lucky. That's like the 3rd time I've seen Float On, so definitely, you know, check them out if you have the chance, and hopefully they'll come out with the music, and hopefully it'll be awesome. Anyway, thank you for listening, and please feel free to comment, especially if you were at the show. If you were there and you're like, yo, this girl is totally off base, let me know. What do you think? What did you think? What were your favorite parts of the show? Did you like Mass Gothic? Or do you have similar feelings to me? Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!